There are 3 train products that we have with Ontario Northland. I'll start with the bottom one, actually called the Northlander, and it's a commuter train that goes every day except Saturday all year round that connects between Toronto and Cochrane. So that train connects with both of our tourist trains, the Dreamcatcher Express and the Polar Bear Express. The Dreamcatcher Express is our youngest train, tourist train. It's 5th year this year. It's our fall color train. It goes between the towns of North Bay and Temagami, like Marla mentioned, and it goes for 6 days of the year when the leaves are changing on the trees. It's really a beautiful train trip. We go 2 hours north from North Bay, stay 4 hours in Temagami, where you can take 2 different kinds of packages. One is an Aboriginal experience, and the other is Cruise Lake Temagami on a houseboat. And then we get back on the train for another 2 hours and come back to North Bay. So it's just a spectacular train trip and just wonderful. And if you can come, please let me know because it's wonderful. That's running this year, the last weekend of September and the first weekend of October. The other train ride that we're involving with these packages is called the Polar Bear Express. It started in 1964, so it's 46 years old. So 46 years ago, they sat around the table and decided to call it the Polar Bear Express to be exotic. There are no polar bears, and it's not an express. So 46 years later, I get to tell everyone that. But it is a great train trip. We do a good job. We do go to the towns of Moosonee and Moose Factory Island. We actually come to the town of Moosonee, and then you go across to the island. And Marla was mentioning about the Cree Village Eco Lodge. That lodge is one of the top eco lodges in the world. It's absolutely spectacular. We partner with them on our packages. We encourage overnight travel because it is a 5-hour train ride in each direction. If you do go for the day, I sort of think you're crazy because that's a really long day. And there's lots to see and do when you get up there. And if you're lucky, you can see a beluga whale or a seal when you go see the mouth of the James Bay. But we are a commitment, so when you do come to see us, it's a 10-hour train ride from Toronto to Cochrane and then another 5 hours from Cochrane to Moosonee, but we're well worth it. So if you're interested in seeing the top 3 reasons why people do take the Polar Bear Express is to experience, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, view the wilderness, which you'll see a lot of, experience Aboriginal culture because you are going to a Native community, and also Canadian history is very significant up there. It was one of the first places where it began the Dominion of Canada. So Hudson Bay Company set up shop, started trading with the natives, and built a fort there. So that's where Moose Factory Island came to be, and that's the significance of Canadian history.